the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
And everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. There is a lot going on right now. This is really the best time of year if you're a sports fan. You got college football, you got the NFL beginning, U.S. Open just finished. Major League Baseball is about to get into the playoffs. It's just a great time of year for the sports fan for sure. New AP poll out. Your Auburn Tigers actually find their way into the AP poll for the first time since 2021. Not a lot of people remember this, Luke. Auburn under Brian Harsin. You know how high Auburn got under Brian Harsin?
I'm going to take a stab at 15.
12.
Wow.
We were 12th after having beaten the number 10 team in the country, Ole Miss, at home, and headed to play the number 13 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, and it's been downhill ever since. And it's been a long ride. But that was the last time Auburn was ranked. Now they are number 24 team. So easing our way in. Auburn's still not a big topic of conversation around the country, which I think is a very good thing. I think people are saying, okay, that's fine.
Can I
beat a couple
can
teams?
I interrupt you for a second?
Please. You always do.
At least I asked this time.
Okay.
Seriously, I have seen some of that talk, like some people still saying, well, they're still not respecting us. Can you blame everybody? Can we just play an SEC team before we jump on board? I'm 100% on board with Auburn has improved greatly. Auburn's got better leadership, no doubt. Auburn's got better talent, no doubt. But it has been 4 years of losing seasons. So can we just say, hey, before we just eviscerate everybody for not jumping on board, I'm going to tell you something.
All right, number one, who's eviscerating anybody?
Yeah, well, I mean, the disrespect. I mean, you're like, nobody's jumping on board yet.
I didn't say that.
What did you
I
say?
said nobody is really talking about Auburn.
Nobody's really talking,
and
but you know
that's
what
a
you
good thing. No. That's exactly what I meant. Now, you may be talking about some bozos out there that
I'm
are
talking about
really getting on and
what
saying,
should they be
Auburn
saying?
deserves respect
what should
for
they be
beating
saying?
Ball State. No, they don't.
What should they be saying? You're saying nobody's really talking about it. I'm saying what should they be saying?
Now, here's my biggest point, okay? And this is your coach's poll, okay?
Yeah.
Auburn not in the top 25 in your coach's poll.
Okay. Are they receiving?
Teams receiving votes ahead of your Auburn Tigers, Luke.
Okay. Quit saying you.
Florida,
Stupid.
USC,
Stupid.
SMU,
Stupid.
who got beat by the team
Auburn
at
beat.
home that you beat in their home,
Yeah.
Louisville, and Missouri.
Now,
Missouri's getting 142, also receiving. Auburn 57. No, I'm just saying about Missouri. But SMU and Florida being ahead of Auburn in the also receiving votes. And again, that
dumb.
doesn't mean anything here or there, but I'm just saying, and I said it's a good thing. I'm glad. I don't think Auburn has done anything to prove that they have done anything.
well, and so first of all, I don't think this is why I would go back if I could be a czar or anoint a czar of college football, I'd say here's the deal. I'm going to name one national champion because this college football poll will probably end up naming somebody number one, and they have no business doing it because we already know that the coaches pass this duty off. Steve Spurrier said, I voted for who? Because I give it to, little Frankie back there.
Yeah.
And he does it. It's a dumb poll. We don't need it. I wish they would even publish it. But you can't stop somebody from publishing a poll is the thing. Auburn at 24, I think, is very fair. Do I think they're better than a lot of teams? Or I don't know about a lot of teams, but better than some of the teams ahead of them? I sure do. Do I think they deserve to be ahead of SMU? I sure do. Now, when you get into something like Missouri, I'm like, okay, I could make the argument either way. I mean, Auburn went on the road. I would argue maybe Kansas is a hair bit better than Baylor because Baylor's defense isn't very good, but their offense is deadly. I don't know. But I think that's a tough one. Like,
I think they'll be proven to be better than Kansas.
I think
maybe.
Well,
that's
they'll
my
play
opinion.
each other, I'm sure.
I
hadn't looked at the schedule. But the Big 12 isn't good overall anyway. We're seeing that as Arizona State goes into Starkville and loses.
Look, Baylor's offense is as good as any offense in the country. As far as scoring points and passing, I'm telling you, Sawyer Robertson right now, it may not end up this way. He may fall off the world, but he is the leading candidate for the Heisman right now.
Well, I don't know about that.
He's thrown for 1,000 yards in 2 games,
I
man.
understand, but what's going to hurt him more than anything is the fact their record, which is going to end up being about 500 because their coach also isn't very good.
Well, that certainly is true.
So my point is,
It's a Paul Hornung situation, man.
No, because Baylor isn't Notre Dame.
Yes, but Notre Dame had a losing record.
I know, but Notre Dame's Notre Dame.
Wow.
That's the thing. Back then, everybody was like, who's running back for Notre Dame? That's who I'll vote for. Who's quarterback for Notre Dame? I'll vote for him second.
Well, yeah, when's the last time somebody from Notre Dame won the Heisman?
No doubt about it. I said back then.
No, you didn't.
I said back then that's how it was. You only knew about Notre Dame people.
Yeah.
You didn't know about Baylor people because
I know about Baylor people, but everybody now knows about Baylor.
I understand, but nobody's still going to watch them, and you do need to have some wins to back it up. It's very rare that a guy – I mean, Colorado's Travis Hunter won it last year because he got so much freaking – Fox put on the Delaware-Colorado game in their primetime slot this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why? I mean, that team is not that intriguing.
No, they're not.
So anyway,
yeah, I'm not sure how that.
Said, I think Auburn should definitely be ranked.
All that being said, you're not a big Auburn fan.
I'm not a big Auburn fan. At the same time, I think I can plainly say I think Auburn's one of the top 25 teams in the country. I have no problem with their being ranked at all.
But all I'm saying is, and all I said in the beginning was that nobody was really even the win over Baylor. And it got overshadowed by Alabama losing and by some other teams winning big, and that's fine.
It got
and that's
overshadowed because
good.
they played it on a Friday night, and college football was the next day, and it wouldn't have mattered. I mean,
but that's a counter. I could counter that and say they were the only game on Friday, so people would have said, okay, yeah, I watched that game. Most everybody probably did watch some of it.
I mean, it was, and wasn't it on? Was that game on at the same time as Georgia Tech and Colorado?
Yes, it was.
That probably hurt them. Again, I'm not saying it's deserved. For whatever reason, and maybe I guess Colorado is drawing those kind of numbers, but they're not that good. And now they don't have Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders. So why am I watching them at all?
I don't know why anybody would. They barely – I mean, they didn't look impressive against Delaware.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is neither – my whole point was Auburn hasn't done anything to garner a lot of – so I think it's good. My whole point was I think it's good that they can still – they feel like they need to have a lot to prove because they do have a lot to prove. And we'll see what they can do against South Alabama this weekend. It'll be a better test than Ball State. Probably not as good a test as Baylor. Maybe better defensively because they're
probably are better
atrocious
defensively because Baylor is just defensively they're not good. But the South Alabama line is weird too at 25 points because part of me thinks it should be much higher, and part of me is like, I don't know, South Alabama's better than that. So maybe they just split the difference.
Are they better than that?
I don't know. I mean, like, it's funny because I saw a bunch of Auburn people say I thought the line was going to be more like 17, 18, 19. You know, I mean, and I was thinking, well, at first I was thinking the line should have been 31 or something. And then they were saying that, and I was like, I don't really know what to think anymore.
Let's meet in the middle.
It's a weird spread to me.
Yeah. Well, which way? Well, we can get to that a little bit later on in tonight's program. We'd love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. What did you think of Alabama's performance against Louisiana Monroe? It seemed a little one-sided. 73-0. Auburn wins 42-3 against Ball State. We talk about some games in the SEC as well and around the country, as we often do. We'll make some predictions, and if you're really, really good, maybe we'll do some Would You Rather at the end of tonight's program. All right, you can start out Louisiana Monroe. I believe, again, I got this from a well-established and well-liked Alabama podcaster, I was told Alabama's back.
Let me say this. This may or may not be related. I have no problem engagement farming. So, no, Alabama's not necessarily back. I think that, Jimmy Stein and I have this thing. I want to say we came up with this together, but he probably came up with it. You play your best once or twice a year. You play your worst once or twice a year, and everything in between is what you are. I think Alabama played what hopefully will be its worst game against Florida State. I think it played one of its better games against Louisiana Monroe. Now, I know there's only a 2-game sample size. It'd be weird that the best on one end, worst on another end, but it feels like that happened because while I'm not going to sit here and say Alabama's in the playoffs again, I'm not going to do all that. I still need to see a lot more, don't get me wrong. But you can beat somebody 73-0 and not be impressive. You can also beat somebody 28-0 and look awesome of the caliber of ULM. But Alabama looked really, really good. They just looked sharp. I mean, Ty Simpson was 17-17. It's hard to do that against anybody. It's an SEC record. It's not crazy to say, hey, that was really nice. Somebody will say, well, consider the competition. I did. ULM, not awesome. They're not good. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying 17-17 against anybody is very good. The wide receivers without Ryan Williams involved looked really good. Jeremy Bernard was great. Offensive line blocked better. Defense didn't give up many yards at all, and the yards they did give up were late. You beat somebody 73-0. There was a lot to like. Tight ends were used. True freshmen were used. Keelan Russell came in, and I almost shed a tear. His pass was so pretty, both of them. And I just said, okay, this is why I love this kid. This is why I love him. He's going to be really, really, really good. You can just see it. It's just written all over him. But there are some things that concern me. Alabama has not really had an explosive play this year yet. The longest play from scrimmage is like 37 yards or something. I know it's only 2 games. I'm just saying that's not a very long play, running or passing. And, again, I take this game at its face value. But I also say, hey, look, given the amount of heck that team and that staff took after Florida State, and all of it deserved, 100%. But they could have come out flat. They could have come out and tried to overdo something, tried to overcompensate, and that's not what they did. They did what they were told to do. They ran the plays they were supposed to run, and they usually ran them to perfection. And so I think it's okay to congratulate somebody for beating somebody they should beat thoroughly and looking sharp doing it without saying, yeah, they're national champions. Nobody's doing that. And that's where,
Surely somebody's doing that.
There are probably some people doing that, and I couldn't.
Well, can I interrupt you for a second?
You always do.
Somebody told me, tell me if this is accurate. Somebody told me that the head coach at ULM is also the athletic director, and he's also the OC.
I have absolutely no idea.
If that's the case, I mean, my hat's off to that guy because
if he gets fired, does he get 3 severances?
If I was him, I'd fire myself for sure. All right, but I'll look that up during the break. But that's pretty funny if that's true. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Here at Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we value what truly makes a home a home. And that's why we're proud to offer America's #1 brand of siding and exterior products. James Hardie creates possibilities with an array of colors and textures. We offer the full line of James Hardie products, from Hardie plank to artisan siding and everything in between, giving you, our customer, options to have the best. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Castelluccio Fine Italian Dining in downtown Alexander City is rapidly becoming the region standard for Italian cuisine, as well as hand-cut filet mignon, fresh Gulf seafood, and the area's best Italian import wine selection. We offer true old-world charm with unmatched hospitality. Like Castelluccio Fine Dining on Facebook to keep up with daily lunch and dinner specials. Also new, we offer catering for your family and small business, so call and order. Castelluccio, downtown Alexander City, where the only thing that rivals the flavor is the dining experience.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just getting started on tonight's show. Clarification, just the head coach and OC, though, but pulling double duty, but a lot of people do that. Brent Venables is the DC at Oklahoma, as far as I know. I mean,
there's got to be a co-DC.
You would, probably. I don't know.
You'll find out in 2 weeks.
Probably not. But we did a preview of Oklahoma, and I had the entire coaching staff down. But
I was here.
I remembered. Probably you missed quite a few of those, but that's okay. All right, Wisconsin. Do you know anything about Wisconsin?
They're coached by Luke Fickell.
Yeah.
They have got a backup quarterback again who was at San Diego State last year.
What happened to the starter?
Got hurt in the first game.
They can't catch a break. He's going to lose that job because they haven't been very good.
Yeah, I know. The backup is not bad, though. He was like one of two true freshman starters in the country.
The same guy back up last year?
No. This is a different guy. The guy that was there, I think, transferred in from Maryland, and this guy transferred in from San Diego State. Like I said, he was only one of two true freshman starters at quarterback last year. So, I mean, he's a good player. And, I mean, obviously, if you start as a true freshman, you're a dude.
Well, one good thing, I don't know it. I hadn't watched Wisconsin play. But normally, even if they're not great, then they'll be physical up front. And that'll be it'll be a good test seeing how Alabama didn't handle it well against Florida State.
Yeah, I feel like Wisconsin's got a case of the Nebraskas where they have gone through a bit of an identity crisis. Like, when I think Wisconsin, you think Ron Dane or Melvin Gordon, they've always had a dude at running back. No matter who, they always you were like, okay, Wisconsin's going to come and try and run it down your throat. Well, then when Fickell got there, they hired Phil Longo, who I think –
he was at Ole Miss for a while.
He was at Ole Miss. I think he was at Alabama for like a hot minute, maybe.
Well, really?
I think.
Okay.
But it's hard to keep up with all the coaching moves. Anyway.
We tried to hire him one time.
They came in, they tried to do some more pass stuff. And like I said, it's a case of Nebraska. You forget your identity. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you can't ever change, but Nebraska and Wisconsin can't. I'm not sure Oregon can ever go back to power football. I mean, they got to have some other stick. And so I think they've got a little bit of an identity crisis. but they're trying to go back to the running game now. They played Middle Tennessee this weekend. They ended up winning like 42-10 or something along those lines, but it was 14-10 at the half, and they didn't even score in the first quarter. They're good at halftime adjustments. I know that because they have played the first two games they played. Maybe Miami of Ohio was the first one, and they weren't up very much in that game either. And then in the second half, they took over. Same thing with this game. That may also have something to do with the talent they have, talent discrepancy. But I hate that this game's going to be at 11. I wish that because last year's game was also at 11, by the way, on Fox. So I wish that this game were like, at night or something, so Wisconsin fans could come in and experience SEC football. Because every time somebody comes down from the, to watch an SEC game, especially Alabama, Auburn, LSU, something like that, they always talk about how much fun it is, especially at night. And the 11 o'clock just sort of, I just hate that kick time. Whatever. It's a nice opponent. Wisconsin's got a schedule that only a mother could love. I mean, it's tough, man. They got to play a bunch of good teams, and they're gonna have some problems. And I think Luke Fickell's probably not going to end up making it. That said, I still think he's a good coach. I just think for whatever reason this hasn't worked out.
You brought it up, and it just triggered in my mind watching that Buffalo and Baltimore game the other night.
Buffalo and Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, pro football game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have said Bills and Ravens.
Yeah.
But watching that game the other night, if Nebraska were to go back to a triple, I mean, why wouldn't they? Why couldn't they go back to a option football type and get a Tommy Frazier type quarterback?
Because I don't think anybody plays that in high school anymore.
But who cares? I mean, that's what Josh Allen basically does. I mean, he runs 14, 15 times a game, 20 times a game.
It's true, and he's a freak of nature.
And they're successful.
Yeah, and I mean, Lamar Jackson, too.
Tommy Frazier could have done that.
The problem is, so now.
But he was not a great NFL quarterback.
No, but what he did, he came from an offense that was doing that type, and that's why he wasn't recruited as much, I think, like by the Florida schools and whatever. That's why he went to Nebraska.
Well, who was the kid that won the Heisman, the white guy?
Scott Frost?
No, after him. I'm talking about later on. Eric Crouch. I mean, you got Crouch, you got Frost, you got Frazier.
No, but again, I feel you. I understand. At the same time,
that's who they are. That's the soul of Nebraska.
But if nobody's doing it, then when they come in, you've got to teach them all this stuff, and it's not easy. It's not a super easy offense to implement. You'd think it is, but it becomes very intuitive in terms of
Nick Marshall picked it up pretty quick.
Nick Marshall ran more of an RPO type thing, and again, that's also intuitive. But the option is
he ran a read option.
The I formation stuff, that option stuff, under center, it's just different. And I'm not sure anybody runs it enough to be able, because it used to be nobody ever ran the high flying stuff. So it was harder to get a quarterback.
Make it mandatory in the state of Nebraska. You got to run the triple option in high school.
It's already 8-man football there. So, I mean, they're already behind the 8-ball.
Is it really?
Yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
I don't even know. Boy, I guess they probably got some 11-man football, but I mean, it's mostly.
They showed a picture the other day. It's like it's the 20th, it's the 30th. Good grief! It's the 30th anniversary of the Nebraska 95 national championship, and that they showed a picture of that offensive line. Today, they look like they could walk out and be an NFL offensive line. That's the thing. I mean, I've said it for all. You can't tell me you can't find in the Midwest 5 or 6, 7 guys that could be an offensive line like that and can block. And you could find in this day and age a super athletic quarterback to run that system. But anyway, maybe that's just.
I hear you, but you also have to recruit against. Hey, they're not going to prepare you for the NFL now. The one counter to that now would be, we're going to pay you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That changes the game. All right, we got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Banner Building Summer Sale is happening right now. No money down, no payments for 90 days, plus 12 months with zero interest now through August 31st on all portable wood and aluminum sheds, carports, garages, and barns built on site or delivered during the summer sales event happening right now at Banner Buildings, 4011 Warm Springs Road in Columbus, or online at bannerbuildingsga.com. Better buildings, better prices, Banner Buildings of Columbus.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prideville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Auburn defeats Ball State. Ball State deplorable offensively. Whew. I felt so bad for that quarterback, Keel Kelly. I mean, midway through the second quarter, you could see it in his eyes. He said, "No mas." I mean, he was, and who could? It was bad. I have played little league games. I harkened back. It was like, when it's just, once the ball is snapped, it's Chinese fire drill. Yeah. Every single play, and it was just like, man, this is not going to end well for any, But anyway, Auburn offense, they did what they needed to do. I thought Jackson Arnold had a really nice game, 24-28, and 2 of those were throwaways. So weirdly giving up like 4 sacks though. It's just kind of bizarre. I hope that's a mirage, or I don't know, smoke or something. I don't know, but
it's going to be that Oklahoma-Auburn game in a couple of weeks. Going to be a lot of fun.
It's huge.
I'm shocked that that's the 2:30 game versus I think it's Miami and Florida. That's the night game on ABC. And I was like, boy, that would have been a much better game, you'd think, because, now it looks like both it'll be 2 undefeateds. Game day wasn't going to be there because they just went there for Oklahoma, Michigan. Yeah. But that's Jackson Arnold's return and Brenton Venables trying to make somebody believe in him. It seems like it's a big game. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one because Oklahoma looks much improved. Auburn looks much improved. John Mateer, look, you can have Sawyer, what's his name? He's great, and he gets a lot of opportunities. John Mateer right now, 2 games in, would be my Heisman favorite.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think. Well, I mean, look, he's been fine.
Well,
but
Sawyer Robertson hadn't really beaten anybody. I mean, you want to say SMU? I've been telling you, SMU sucks for a year.
I'm telling you, the Heisman is about numbers. It's not. It's a lot less about wins, losses. It's about numbers.
I couldn't disagree more, with the glaring exception of last year, because Colorado had a two-way player that was on TV incessantly and also had a primetime type of personality.
If he keeps going like this, I will wager that Sawyer Robinson will be in it in New York. If he continues to play like he's playing, I don't know how you could keep him out.
Well, if they end up going 6-6, I think you could keep him out.
Okay.
But regardless, John Mateer would still be, because John Mateer's got a much better win.
Look, Michigan is way overrated.
You say that, and I'm going to tell you again, watching that game is sort of like watching.
You think Michigan was the number 12 team in the country?
I'm not sure, but I'll say this: they were better than I thought they'd be. I wouldn't call them overrated. I would say they were actually a little better than I thought they were going to be. I mean, they have a true freshman quarterback, so I cut him a little slack. Now, he was one of the best players in the country, but I cut him a little slack. And then I didn't know Justice Haynes had that kind of speed when he broke free for that 75-yarder. I mean, I was like, whoa, okay, I hadn't seen him do that before. That was pretty nice. And
that was it. I mean, a 75-yard run, take that away from 230 total yards.
Yeah,
they did nothing.
Well, I give them a little credit for being in the game late enough with a true freshman quarterback. And like you said, offense sputtering a bit. I thought that game showed a lot of toughness. It looked like an old school game to me. I'm not saying that either one of those teams is going to be in the playoff. I'm just saying Mateer impressed me a lot. I was sort of wondering, okay, how's he going to do coming into this league? And he hadn't played an SEC team yet.
Yeah, I think he was more athletic than I thought. I think he's I think he was good.
One time he dodged a couple of sack attempts and then threw a dart for about 30, 40 yards. And, Oklahoma they had 2 plays of more than 30 yards or something last year through the air, and they've already got quadruple that with Mateer in 2 games.
Yeah.
So
they're better.
They're definitely better.
Definitely offensively.
You can tell their fans are hungry. I thought the environment was cool. I appreciated that game more than I thought. I went into it thinking this may be sort of a bleh, but I saw some talent out there. Bryce Underwood, though he's a true freshman, though he made some mistakes, you can see he's going to be good. So I think Michigan's got a chance to certainly improve towards the backside of the year. And I also asked myself this, how many teams would have gone in and beaten Oklahoma that night? I'm not saying Oklahoma's the best team in the country, but that night, how many teams were going to beat them? Not many. Not many.
I could probably come up with
Ohio State. Do I think LSU would have won that with the number 2 or number 3 team in the country? I don't think LSU would have beaten them that night. Do I think Penn State would? Shoot, I'm not sure what to think about Penn State. If Penn State's more overrated right now to me than Michigan is. I mean, Penn State is just sort of nonchalant around.
That's what they always do, though.
I know, but because they play nobody in the non-con, which they should be penalized for, and they're not. But I'll tell you somebody else who seemed rather impressive to me was Missouri. They got down 21-6.
Pribula or whatever his name is.
Bo Pribula.
Yeah, he's the thing. I'm gonna tell you who looked good.
Who?
Vanderbilt.
Let me tell you something. I said this on the Locked On SEC show.
When's the last time they put up 490 yards on a Power 4 team?
Let me tell you something. Diego Pavio is the best at doing what his coach wants of any quarterback in the country. Do I think he's the best quarterback? No. But his coach says, don't screw it up. Always get positive yards. And it feels like that's what he does. And he's like, if y'all do that, we'll have a shot.
Yeah.
And by God, they do. Vandy getting down 10-0, coming back and winning by double digits is ridiculous. Against a Power 5 opponent, Power 4 opponent. They've beaten Virginia Tech 2 years in a row now.
Think about this. They beat Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech by 24 points, and Vandy had 2 turnovers and 11 penalties.
I know.
And still beat them by 3 touchdowns. So
it's pretty ridiculous.
At South Carolina, I mean, all of a sudden that game this week, look out. Because if Vanderbilt wins in Columbia, they're going to be 5-0 heading to Tuscaloosa.
And you want to talk about a game that will mean a lot. Because Alabama could be coming off a loss to Georgia, but, at the same time, Georgia may go into Tennessee this week and not do very much because Tennessee, they looked pretty doggone good. I mean, I think they got the better end of the quarterback swap with UCLA. I think that's obvious now. That spread has gone from Georgia 7 to 4.5, and it sunk like a stone. Then
I don't know which friend it was that told you they were having quarterback issues in Tennessee, but you need to sever that relationship.
Yeah, well, that was several weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now Aguilar has come in and looked good. Now, again, they have not played the best competition. And, in fact, the Syracuse win looks worse and worse. Syracuse should have lost this weekend to – who'd they go to overtime with?
Yeah.
Cornell or Colgate.
It wasn't quite that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it's in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, they should have
UConn,
who's not good.
Who's not bad. I mean, look, they got that. What's his name? Playoffs, his son.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Doesn't make it.
Yeah.
They're not good.
Mora.
Yeah.
Jim Mora Jr.
Jim Mora Jr.
He's actually, again, they're not good, but they're a solid team.
They are a lot more talented than UConn, and they let UConn. They should have lost that game. But
and it was in the dome.
So it's going to be interesting to see how Georgia handles this because Georgia still, they're not. The passing game just isn't clicking, and I don't want to read too much into their 28-6 win over whatever dump truck they played this weekend because it did get a big lightning delay, and I just sort of discount that stuff. They had a big weather delay. And when they come back, everybody's still sort of just, the crowd's not there. They've already gone home, which you wouldn't blame them. So I'm sort of writing that off a little. But, Tennessee at least has played a Power 4 opponent in Syracuse. Georgia hadn't played anybody yet.
No.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how Gunnar Stockton does. I guess this is his first road start.
Two cornerbacks out for Tennessee.
For Tennessee, you would normally, I would say that's a big problem. But Georgia's passing game still isn't great.
Yeah.
So it would be something if Tennessee were to win that game. And then assuming Alabama wins, you have 2-1 teams meeting in Athens, and all of a sudden that game is just as big as it was before, but for different reasons. That's going to be fun. Mississippi State was a lot of fun. The Arizona State. This is what I love about the SEC. All the Arizona State people have said, I've never been anywhere that loud in my life. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably the 8th loudest place in the SEC.
Yeah, man-made.
Yeah. Now, and it's also very it's not organic.
No.
But we also let them do that. We're like, Mississippi State, y'all are whipping boy, so y'all get the cowbells. But I was proud of them.
So we outlaw noisemakers, except you guys.
And I think we're all kind of like, okay.
Fine. Just don't bring them to our stadium.
Yeah, if you bring them to our stadium now, we're going to confiscate them. If you at y'all's place, whatever. But that the SEC shorts this week was great with paying homage to Mississippi State, and it was awesome that they were up 17-0, and then Arizona State comes back, they look pretty good, and then Mississippi State gets the win. Because I'm telling you, I didn't think Mississippi State was going to win that game. I'd already beat Southern Miss.
I'd already banked it, that they were going to lose. And then, lo and behold, nice throw. All right, we got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands, from drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to the, Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. We're brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner in downtown Alexander City. Great people, great food, and great atmosphere there at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Been in the same location for, 26 years now? They are quite an institution here in Alexander City. Then there was Billy Napier. We've been talking about this, and every single time Billy Napier makes me believe, or I start believing he's got this thing moving in the right direction, he makes it a point to correct me and say, no, you're wrong.
I said the same thing about Ole Miss. I said every time I think I want to buy into Lane Kiffin, they play Kentucky and they look like swamp butt. Yeah. But, the Billy Napier thing, they had it. They had it. And the one thing that would bug me as a Florida fan, not so much that they lost, even though that would certainly be deplorable. One of your players spit on a South Florida player, which gave 15 yards, at a time when we just saw a professional player spit on another player and cost his team, and he also got ejected. It's like, what are you doing? If you don't have enough control over that, it is a fireable offense.
It's year 4.
And honest to God, I don't know why that player would still be on the team. And somebody will say, hey, he's good and second chances. Spitting on somebody is as low as you can go without public indecency. I mean, yeah, you could do something bodily fluid worse, but you'd be arrested before you ever got the shot to do it.
Costing your team the game worse, spitting on somebody or throwing your shoe?
Well, now, throwing your shoe was kind of funny.
It was the dumbest
It was so dumb.
It was the dumbest penalty I've ever seen in my life. And it literally cost them the game.
Well, and it's not like the spitting was – could he have been, like, saying
He
something?
spit in his face or just spit on
He had a Daffy Duck moment? No, the view of the camera is like 20 yards away, and you clearly see like a lot of spit.
Was he spitting his face or just on him?
Spit. He was spitting at his face. I think it went right at his chin, around his neck.
Oh, no.
I mean,
yeah, that is
to me. Again, the SEC sometimes gets on my nerves too. If Florida doesn't do the right thing and suspend this guy for however long, the SEC needs to step in and go, we can't tolerate this. This is. And yet, yes, there are things that are worse. If you target somebody and, hurt somebody for a while, that could be worse technically, but I would say normally that's not malicious. This is such a symbolic sign of, it is universally one of the most disrespectful things you can do to somebody across all cultures and nationalities, ethnicities.
I'm going to make a baseball reference. Roberto Alomar. One of the greatest, maybe the greatest second baseman of all time in Major League Baseball. Nobody thinks of him like that. His name never comes up and stuff like that. He's in the Hall of Fame. He spit in an umpire's face. It was never the same.
And it shouldn't be. You can't apologize enough. I say the same thing about the Dallas player. Not the Dallas player. It was Jalen Carter for the Eagles, right?
I can't remember, yeah. You watch the NFL.
Well, I say the same thing about him. That
are we sure there wasn't a second spitter?
We're sure.
Okay.
And it's I don't know. I just find it so. I just find it so low, and the most. I mean, just anti-testosterone. The whole game is testosterone filled, and this is like the antithesis of that. You can't be any more of a jackass. And honestly, I don't like anybody doing it at any time for any reason. If an Alabama player did it, I would say the exact same thing. I would be fine if you revoked his scholarship. That's how bad I think it is. I just feel like that is a disgrace to the game, a disgrace to your opponent, a disgrace to your university. And if you're going to do something like – and it wasn't as if they were right in the throes of a battle. Like they weren't just swinging and then, he just had enough and he couldn't reach him anymore, so he spit. They were sort of jawing and he just spit and the official's right there. I mean, he's right there.
Is it an offensive lineman or defensive lineman?
It was a defensive lineman from Florida. I think spitting at an offensive lineman for South Florida. I'm not sure. And so I don't know. Maybe this guy's done a public apology or something, and I don't know it, but I don't think that'd be enough.
Look, nothing fluky about this game. As much as that guy being spitting and thrown out.
Yeah.
One turnover in the game. They both had South Florida had 9 penalties. Florida had 11, what you would expect, 2 very undisciplined teams. 391 total yards for South Florida, 365 for Florida. They ran the ball for 128 yards, threw it for 263, South Florida did. There's nothing, this was just South Florida lining up and beating Florida. DJ Lagway was, he was fine.
He's okay. I mean, everybody's super high on him. It's sort of weird. Everybody was talking about Lagway or Sellers or Arch Manning to begin the season. And granted, I don't really know who's taking the mantle of best quarterback. Maybe Bo Pribula after 2 games. Maybe John Mateer. But it isn't Austin Simmons, who a lot of people were also talking about. And, South Carolina needed 2 punt returns to make that score respectable against South Carolina State. It's kind of funny that
the best quarterback in the SEC, he ain't looking too good.
I mean, Aguilar, arguably playing – I don't want to – it's not even arguably. He is playing better than those guys right now. Garrett Nussmeier, he won the game at Clemson. That was nice. But, man, you talk about just messing around against La Tech. They couldn't get anything going. So it's just shaping up to be a weird year.
Well, look, Florida lost to Miami last year, and I had Billy Napier buried. I'm not putting it past them to turn this thing around somehow, some way. That seems to be their MO. But, man, it's going to be a tough road.
Let me word of advice to anybody in the SEC, and this goes for Alabama playing them next year, don't schedule South Florida anymore. It doesn't help you.
Yeah, Auburn scheduled and got beat at home in overtime.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember what year that was, 2000 early. I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
I'll think about it. 2007. That's when it was.
They've given Alabama fits the last couple of years, and we got to play them next year right before we play Florida State. I wish we weren't.
All right, we got to take another break, but don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Here they come! More big transport trucks full of new GMC trucks and SUVs to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $12,750 off. New GMC Terrains with a fresh design, a spacious interior, and safety features, discounted up to $4,000 off MSRP. Plus, enjoy no payments until November at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Illinois Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Red Flag Pest Control is Central Alabama's best in pest control with hometown service in Lake Martin and now the greater Montgomery area. When you see pests, throw down the red flag. Termites, bed bugs, carpenter bees, mosquitoes, or general pests. Red Flag gets the job done at the right price for your home or business. At Lake Martin, call 888-943-0353 or in Montgomery, 334-265-1831. Red Flag, the best in pest control in Central Alabama.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just one more hour in the first, one more segment in the first hour of tonight's program. We're looking around the SEC. Mentioned how impressive Vanderbilt was as they got it done on the road against Virginia Tech. This is not your Pappy's Vanderbilt squad here. 490 total yards, 262 rushing yards, 228 passing yards, 5 of 7 on third down. You talk about efficient. I mean, Diego Pavia, like you said, 12 of 18, 193, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He had a typical type day, but it's dangerous to compare how a team play, how two different teams play against the same opponent.
It always is.
But if I'm betting on Vanderbilt going to South Carolina Saturday,
yeah,
where's my money going? I would have to say,
well, let's also
the
remember
Doors.
this. While Vanderbilt looked good at times, several times last year, South Carolina blew their doors off in Vandy.
True.
So, I don't know what to think. I think that's just going to be a kind of a fun game.
South Carolina's kind of schizophrenic.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a fun game. I'm really kind of pulling for Vandy. I don't really care, but I'm pulling for Vandy, I guess, because that would be something if they're 5-0 coming to Tuscaloosa after Bama, Georgia. That'd be nuts.
Who would have thought that'd be a bigger game than Alabama, Georgia?
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, such is life in the SEC. You mentioned Oklahoma taking care of Michigan, 24-13. Michigan moves up to what did they move up to?
Oklahoma moves up.
I mean Oklahoma. What did I say? Michigan. Oklahoma moves up to number 12-ish. What were they? They were 18.
Be in that neighborhood. South Carolina's in the top 10, I think.
Okay.
And speaking of Oklahoma
South Carolina's 11th. Really?
They're not, though. I mean, they are just because they just moved. Oklahoma State.
Oh my!
It's time. I loved Mike Gundy. I think Mike Gundy was Oklahoma State. When I think Oklahoma State, I think Mike Gundy. I think Barry Sanders, then I think Mike Gundy. I think Barry Sanders, then Thurman Thomas. But it's over. 69-3. It could have been 106-3. They got nothing. They got nothing. There's no juice. There's no nothing. And it's time to do something different. Now, the problem is Oklahoma left them high and dry, so they're in the Big 12. They're in a conference that just slings the ball around with no defense. And the problem is Oklahoma State has neither of those capabilities to throw it around or play defense. So
they put up 69.
Easily. I mean, like.
On the Cowboys.
With no effort.
Yeah.
It was.
What that program used to be.
Something.
I mean, just a few years ago, he was a man. He was 40.
He was 40.
Now he's like 50, and they're just terrible.
He was better when he was a man.
He was. I don't know what happened.
But it's just
now he's an old man. I guess
it's just time to move on. I think, a lot of things happen after the thing. Like he got caught wearing that OAN shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
And instead of owning that or just sort of letting it fly away, I think he came out with all these statements, and I think that sends me again. All these things. It's okay to be wrong or it's okay to screw up, but you can own who you are and be who you are without trying to change everything. And because in the end, if you try and change up to please everybody, I know that I've had this problem on occasion where sometimes you try and overcompensate the other way for something screwing up, and it makes things almost worse. It's like trying to clean up a grape juice stain with an oily rag. I mean, it just makes it worse. The intentions are there.
Yeah.
But and I think that he just and he also had some things to say about Oregon. Like they paid so much for their roster, and like nobody wants to hear that crap anymore. I mean, because if you're not paying for your roster, that's on you. So don't be mad at Oregon for using NIL, because that's what everybody does. And so, and by the way, Oklahoma State, I think you've had sort of a history of some coaches that were not exactly on the up and up all the time. Eddie Sutton got you in some trouble, I remember.
Yeah.
I hate that because this series will get canceled, but Alabama and Oklahoma State were supposed to be at home and home in a few years, and that'll get canceled now because of the 9-game SEC schedule. There's no doubt in my mind. But I was looking forward to going to Stillwater. Again, I don't think anybody's ever said that before, but I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. You ever been before?
No.
You ever been to Oklahoma before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Of course. Who hadn't been to Oklahoma, right? All right. We'll go ahead and take our mid-show break, but never fear. Hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live is on the way right after this.
Here they come. More big transport trucks full of new GMC trucks and SUVs to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $12,750 off. New GMC Terrains with a fresh design, a spacious interior, and safety features, discounted up to $4,000 off MSRP. Plus, enjoy no payments until November at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Red Flag Pest Control is Central Alabama's best in pest control, with hometown service in Lake Martin and now the greater Montgomery area. When you see pests, throw down the red flag. Termites, bed bugs, carpenter bees, mosquitoes, or general pests. Red Flag gets the job done at the right price for your home or business. At Lake Martin, call 888-943-0353 or in Montgomery, 334-265-1831. Red Flag, the best in pest control in Central Alabama.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second hour of Sports Blitz Live. I was going to say, well, never mind.
What were you going to say?
I don't even know.
Tell me all
I'll tell you. I will. Welcome back to hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live. Thank you for being with us. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. I think the phone is working. We will make sure.
It's always a crapshoot.
It truly is. But anyway, we appreciate all of you out there being with us. Talked a lot about Auburn and Alabama in the first hour. If you got any thoughts on them, their past games, their future games, we'd love to hear it. If you got any thoughts on high school football, that's still one of our big topics. We don't talk a lot about it on this show particularly, but if there is something you'd like to talk about, we would love to entertain it with you. We talked about the SEC as well. Let's look around the country a little bit at some games that took place, of course, in the top 25. How about Illinois? The Fighting Brett Bielema's.
And they put it on them. And, again, Brett Bielema is a guy who comes in with his style. His teams reflect his personality. How it didn't work at Arkansas, the only thing I can figure.
It's kind of bizarre. It really is.
The only thing, because it felt like a marriage made in heaven.
Yep.
But the only thing I can figure is he came to Arkansas at a time in the height of the Nick Saban era. And And I'm trying to think who else Arkansas had to deal with at the time. I mean, they had to deal with a pretty good Ole Miss team, but Arkansas also, was he the coach? Was he the coach when they had the Hunter Henry did over the back overtime win for Arkansas?
Had to have been, I would think.
Well, I'm trying to remember exactly. Yeah, he had to have been. Had to have been.
That was Hugh Freeze.
It's definitely
right?
Hugh Freeze.
So that would have been what, 14 or 15? No, that would have been.
It was.
Probably would have been
2015.
Yeah,
because it was Derrick Henry was playing for Alabama, and Jake Coker was the quarterback. And Jake Coker, remember, didn't start the Ole Miss game for Alabama because Lane Kiffin wanted to try out.
Pretty sure that's the year that Arkansas beat Auburn in like 4 overtimes in Arkansas, 2015, I think.
But, yeah, and Bielema, I'm trying to think.
And I know Bielema was the coach then. So.
And he also came in at a time when A&M, they weren't great, but they had Arkansas's number. I guess they still have Arkansas's number.
Maybe it's just a Big Ten thing. He just fits in the Big Ten. I don't know why that is. I mean, maybe it's – look, Arkansas has not exactly been gangbusters in the SEC. I mean, they've had their moments, but –
they've had a moment or two.
They've been, what, twice to the SEC title game or 3 times?
I think they've been twice.
Okay.
They went in the 90s.
Yeah, they lost to Tennessee. They lost to Tennessee, didn't they?
They went in the 90s once, and they went into the 2000s once and got buried by, I want to say, Georgia.
Yes.
No, they lost to now if they lost to Tennessee, then they've been 3 times.
Gus and them lost to Florida, right?
They lost to
when
Florida.
He was the OC.
Well, they lost to – I think they've lost to Florida twice.
Okay.
No. Florida and Georgia. That's what it is. I think
Yeah.
they've lost to Florida. I think they've been twice.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Seems like there's one. I always want to say there's a third one in there that I always miss, but it's neither here.
I'll look it up.
Thank you. But the whole point is Bert sucks at Arkansas. No, but he's done a really good job at Illinois because Lovie Smith was there for a while, and they were never any good. I don't know if they ever had a winning season. Florida State rolled again. The battle of the Iowa State pulls it. I mean, this game, it's like I watch the same game every single year.
It is on a loop.
It's
been 3 times.
And I swear, I do a little picking contest. I swear I picked the right team every time. Iowa had the lead, had the ball, was dominating.
Yeah.
Driving down the field, and I thought, yeah, they're going to go down and kick the game, win a field goal. We're going to be done with this. It's all good. And they mess around, end up getting a past midfield punt. And Iowa State I said, there's no way they'll drive this ball 90 yards. There's a tip ball that goes through 3 guys into another receiver. He catches it for a first down. There's a penalty here. They just drive. That kid comes out like a 52-yard field goal like it's nothing.
I thought it was like 54.
Like nothing. I mean, so give them credit. They're 2-0, so good for them.
I mean, Kirk Ferentz, just every year he does this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to win just enough to not get fired. Arkansas has been 3 times, 96, 02, and 06.
There you go. So
lost to Florida twice, lost to Georgia once.
96, they played the national. They had played the national champion Florida.
I said 96, 94. I should say 95.
Okay. Okay.
Because Alabama went.
Well, that was still a
the
national
first 3 years,
championship
and then
game.
Arkansas
Florida
went, then Bama went again in 96. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and 06 was when Gus was there as the OC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 02 was the year that Georgia was really, really good. All right. Well, that makes sense. Okay. How about what in the world? How overrated is Clemson, speaking of overrated?
Troy, the whole thing is so funny how you can watch a game. You're talking about the Iowa State thing. You can watch a game, and there's always a moment when the tide turns. When the momentum turns, there's nothing you can do.
No.
Like it's momentum's like, all right, you want to do that game?
And clearly Clemson is physically better, much better.
Do you know what I'm talking about with the Troy game?
Yes.
You're
talking about that? Okay.
The missed extra point.
Okay.
Took everything out of it. Messed up everything. Now, and you say, well, that's just 1 point.
Wasn't there an interception down there?
Yeah, but think about the mental gymnastics of 16 points versus 17 points. 17 is a 3-score game. All of a sudden, it's panic-inducing. 16 points, you're always like, we got a shot.
Yeah.
Now, I know Clemson came back and ended up winning by a decent margin and all these other things, but that missed extra point to me was the moment I knew, okay, Clemson's winning this thing. That's going to happen. Because what happened right after that is Clemson went down and got their first points, and it broke the seal. Y'all know how it is. If you're a guy out there, I don't mean to talk out of school. If you're a guy out there and you've been to the bar, and let's say you hold it for a little bit, and then you're like, or you find like, I got to go to the bathroom. And you get there and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't go now. And then you finally break the seal and you can't stop. And that's what the momentum was.
You drive a lot.
I drive
Have you ever been like on a highway and I mean, you really, really, really have to go and there's like no gas stations inside until
I have pulled over on like, I wouldn't say it's a dirt road, but I've pulled over on roads where, like, if you get, like, I've driven a lot in Mississippi and stuff like that, and there might not be something for a while. And you drive, and I'm like, I got to go. I mean, I'm not going to go. A lot of people are like, just get an empty bottle of it. I'm not doing that. I mean, then I got to ride around with my own urine? No thanks. So I pull over, and nobody's ever, like, seen me that I know of. But I don't do it as a practice. I do it as an emergency.
I went to Central Alabama.
There's plenty of bathrooms around there. You don't have to do that.
We were on the road. I was with helping with the girls volleyball team, and I was driving. There were 2 vans, and I was driving. We were on the way home, and I drank a lot of water, and I mean, I started it, and I was like, I can hold this, I was 19 years old. I mean, you can hold it like with the best of them at that age. And I'm telling you, it got to the point where, I was flickering the lights, saying, we got to pull over, We finally got to a gas station. I could barely walk to the bathroom, but you talk about letting the dam burst. Like you said, once that
and it's so
once that happens, it's over, and you're there for like 10 minutes, And
it's so bad, yeah. And like I said, once that happens, you can't stop it, and then like you can never hold it anymore. If you're out at the club, and you finally people are like, don't break the seal, because if you ever start going to the bathroom, you won't, like the next time you have a sip, you'll have to go to the bathroom again, and that is so true, and especially now true at 52. But I'll tell a quick story without revealing any names. There may be some people out there.
Yes, another urine story, please.
It is another urine-related story. So my father was in what do you call the line, the funeral
procession?
He's in a funeral procession, and he had a small Mercedes at the time, and he had a friend in the front seat with him who was a little older, and the friend said, hey, you're going to have to pull over. I've got to go to the bathroom. And Dad said, we're in a funeral procession. You don't get to pull over for snacks or bathroom breaks or anything. I can't fill up. I mean, that's part of the deal. And he goes, all right, no problem. And he took off his loafer and said, I'm going to. And my father then called somebody who, I think my brother, who was behind him in the funeral procession, and said, this blankety blank's about to TT in his shoe in my car. I've got to let him out. Can you please pick him up? And so he stopped just enough for the guy to get out of the car. And then my brother had to get him. I won't say who it was because I don't want
Did he at least go to a gas station?
No, I think he TT'd like right there. He was not. At this time, he was probably like in his 70s, and I think all the give a damn had already exited the building. But
good.
Dad called my brother and said, this blankety blank's about to blank in his shoe in my car. And he said, I got to let him out. But I mean, the funny part to me is like, to even suggest, hey, I know we're in a funeral procession, everybody's got their lights on, it's just one of the saddest days of the year. But I really need some pork rinds and go to the bathroom. You want to just pull it over here at this Texaco?
Never seen that one happen for sure. All right, I got one more, and then we got to go to a break. Coming back from, I want to say it was one of the first games I ever went to, This is probably 1989. But I can't remember which game it was, but this is back before 280 was straight to Auburn. You had to go through Camp Hill. You had to go through Waverly. And Auburn traffic would back up severely, on 280. And you would go literally from Auburn to Dadeville at about 5 miles an hour. I'm 13 years old, maybe 12 years. I'm 13 years old. I'm in with my uncle and a buddy, and we have gone to the Auburn game. Auburn won. We're on the way home. There's a commotion up front. We're going about 5 miles an hour, bumper to bumper traffic. There's a car pulled off on the side of the road. We're wondering, okay, must be having car trouble, poor guy. We get up there. We look up there, and guy's standing up, and he's kind of in front of the car, and he's holding something. We look, and we're at probably 10 or 15 feet away. So he looked like, is he putting gas in the car? Or what's going on there? We go by. This guy is facing the road, urinating, and we're just like, we all just kind of look at each other and then die laughing. I'm thinking, and they're going, "Yeah, this is why you don't drink and drive, son." That was one of those things you never forget. You cannot unsee that.
You want to unsee it.
No.
All right, I'm going to tell one more because my son Walker, my youngest son, and I don't know what it is about, like, kids when they're young, boys when they're young. Like, if they ever say they got to pull over, like, Walker's one of those, like, he'd say, like, to my mom, his grandma, like, Gran, I got to go, like, right now. It's never, hey, is there an exit coming up? It's like, I'm fine. Oh, God, it's an emergency. There's never, like, a warning, And so we learned our lesson about that. And so I remember my mom pulled over, and she comes home, she goes, I don't think I've ever seen a human being be able to pee that far. She said, it took for, and she goes, I turned around. It looked like there was some kind of rainbow. And she said, there were cars passing, like turning their heads, like, what in the heck's going on over there? And he was like 3, But I mean, it is something about little kids like that. That they can go all the way, they can go over them there mountains.
Strong prostate, I guess. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more, if you dare, right after this.
You're in Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Glory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings. Come on, get on board. Glory's Furniture saves you more. We try harder in every way, so drive a little and save today. Glory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Welcome back, everyone, to Urine Blitz.
Does it make me a bad father that I told the name of my son who TT's a mile and a half, but wouldn't give the name of the guy who's going to TT in his shoe?
One can be condoned, the other not. So I'll take that. Yeah. So yeah, let sleeping urinators lie. Getting back to any of these other teams around the country, like you said, UCLA, boy, good grief.
So
I don't know if I didn't see this coming. I mean, I don't want to say I'm glad that it is a complete disaster, but this is, and if this was going to be in some way a cautionary tale, and people were going to learn from it in some way, I would think so, but nobody's going to learn from this.
Well, I think the answer to your question is not the question, the ponderance about, hey, I didn't see this coming. I think we should have seen it coming. Not because Nico Iamaleava, whatever you want to say. Now nobody will ever know how to say his name because he's just persona non grata. But they hired Deshaun Foster, who had essentially no reason to be hired. And if you remember the first Big Ten media days that they go to, he gets out there at the podium and is like, I'm Deshaun Foster, head coach at UCLA. We're in Los Angeles. You remember that? I mean, you didn't see that? It's the worst.
Did I watch the Pac-12?
No, I'm just saying, but it was so bad it made the rounds.
Yeah.
He just kind of froze, and it's one of those moments. It was like Mike DeBose at the podium. I'll never forget. I wanted Mike DeBose to get the job. That's how dumb I was. I was dying for him to. And then when he got to the podium, I was thinking, I've made a horrible mistake. And
I immediately regret this decision.
I immediately regret what I've done.
Yeah, those were good days. I ain't gonna lie. All right, Army. What about Kansas State? Your boy, Jake Crane. Didn't he have Kansas State in the playoff?
Jake Crane, yeah.
Playoff.
Yeah, they can't get by the service academies, and they got problems now.
0-2 now in Manhattan. The Bill Belichick era begins with a loss and now a win.
It doesn't begin with a win.
I said it lost, now a win.
Yeah. And the SEC Shorts did a good thing did you see the SEC Shorts this week?
I think so.
It was pretty good. They had
he was carrying around
Bill Belichick. They had a shot at Bill Belichick, and there's good.
That was funny when the kid kept giving the finger and they kept tackling him.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I got to admit.
They had and the guy looked just like that kid.
He did.
And I'll tell you something. When the kid did it, I was like, I felt the same way, kid. I'm not mad at you at all. That's exactly how I felt. So North Carolina's going to have some interesting games coming up. The big game coming up this weekend, ACC-wise, to me, is Clemson at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, man, they're physical. They're physical. Brent Key's got them playing with some heart and desire. That's not going to be an easy game for Clemson.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think so. That could be very interesting. West Virginia loses to Ohio. Rich Rod trying to can you never go home again?
No, I think that it's one of – look, I know his fans don't feel this way now. I understand their angst. But, there'll be more couch burnings. I think Rich Rod will get it turned around to a degree. I think you can only turn around West Virginia so much at this day and age. I mean, let's not forget, they're in the Big 12. I mean, so how do you – it was tough to recruit to West Virginia as it was, but even when they were in the Big East, you were like, okay, when there was a Big East, you were like, okay, it makes some sense for Vitech and Syracuse and, everybody around here in Miami, and it kind of works out.
Just throw on some John Denver. They'll come flocking in.
But they don't have a ton of in-state talent. I mean, it's sort of like Nebraska. They just don't. Anybody worth his salt in Ohio is going to go to Ohio State because that's probably one of the more loyal state-to-school ratios there is. And they just don't have what's needed. They really should have tried to get in the ACC or something.
Yeah.
And maybe they did and it didn't work out. But I'm not super high on him, but I think he'll do well enough. At the same time, though, see, when his offense was so groundbreaking and fun, a lot of people weren't doing that as much. Now everybody's doing it. I mean, everybody's sort of doing that.
And defenses have seen it.
Yeah.
All right. Is Trent Dilfer the worst coach in the country?
And
that was literally said by an Alabama sports writer.
I am not a UAB fan, obviously. It just doesn't bother me. I wasn't super upset when they lost their program, except I hated that some kids lost scholarships. That's the program itself I'm not worried about. But yeah, it's bad. This was an experiment. It didn't work. UAB needs to cut bait and move forward. Recruiting wise, I'll look it up at the next break. UAB recruiting wise, they might be last in the country in rankings right now.
Whew. They need Bill Clark again, probably. All right, we got to take another break. When we come back, we'll make some predictions for this week.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have zero risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. With 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best and zero-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in tonight's program. Let's make some predictions, Luke. There are some interesting games on the horizon here for Saturday.
UAB is 133rd in the country in recruiting.
That is not good, from what I understand.
Harvard's 4 spots below them. I mean, again, Air Force was like 20 spots ahead of them.
I didn't know Harvard was. I didn't even know they did that. Do they still give? Do they give out scholarships?
I don't know. That's another problem.
Okay, yeah. Maybe they've stopped giving them out at UAB. Maybe that's the problem. Somebody will tell Trent this is actually how you do things.
You want people to always have opportunity and whatever, but there's zero juice with that program right now, and.
They were behind Alabama State at the half in game 1 and came back and won that game.
There'll be somebody out there who's a UAB nut that'll say I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, look, I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't hate UAB or anything like that. I live in Birmingham, but that's another reason I know there's no juice. Nobody's ever discussing them for any reason other than, did you know they were behind Alabama State at the half?
Well, maybe it'll get better. Probably won't, but maybe it will. All right, Colorado 1-1 is at Houston 2-0. The Cougars, Houston is they're 4.5-point favorite over the Buffs. Can the Buffs come in with an upset?
Well, the Colorado just announced that it's not going to be Juju Lewis.
It's on a Friday night.
It's not going to be Caden Salter who starts. It's going to be this other guy, Staub. It's like the 3 tenors. You got Pavarotti and the other guy. They got the other guy starting, and I like Houston to win this game, maybe big.
Ooh, yeah. Colorado doesn't seem to be that big of a thing anymore. I don't know since Travis Hunter and Sanders left.
They need more dudes. I mean, they just don't have enough dudes. I mean, they didn't have enough dudes when they had Travis Hunter and they had Shadur. They didn't have enough dudes. They still didn't win.
Yeah.
What's the most he's won? I mean, I'm curious.
They went to a bowl game. I don't know.
Is it 6 or 7?
And they got beat. So, yeah, it's probably not that good. That one on Friday night, so if you're looking for a game and you're not going to a high school football game. Number 12, Clemson, didn't fall too far, but still.
I would have dropped him some more. Now, by the way, Justin Clayton, our buddy, said Corey Milner give him his respects. He is leading the conference and receiving yards for UAB, so that's great.
What conference is that?
I don't even know anymore. What are they in?
The Conference USA?
Is there still a Conference USA?
I thought so.
Honestly, I've just given up on all this.
Okay.
I have such a hard time keeping up with the Big Ten that's got 18 teams.
Maybe it's.
Or do they have 20?
I don't. They have 20, I think.
Good Lord. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Justin, don't give me facts. We're better off talking about urination.
All right. Number 12, Clemson, is a 3.5-point favorite over the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech, who are 2-0.
Good opportunity for Georgia Tech here.
Make a statement.
You know, they made a statement last year with Florida State. Well, we thought they did, and then Florida State went on to go 2-10. But I think it's going to be an interesting game. I talked to a buddy of mine who was like, his daughter is like mine, plays academy soccer. She also does basketball. By the way, shout out to my daughter who's 8. She's like, Dad, we're playing in a basketball tournament Sunday. I was like, she goes, right after the soccer game. I was like, wow, that's tough. Okay, but I can't wait. So we show up, and I keep looking around like, where are the other girls? They're like, no, this is the only girl team in the whole tournament. And they do the tournament differently at this thing. It's not like you play in brackets. You like sort of play like a round robin, and every time there's a change of possession. So you have 3 teams, and if you have a change of possession, like or somebody misses a shot, another team gets a rebound, the defensive team or the offensive team that missed comes off, and the new team comes on. And if the offensive team makes a shot, that team stays, and the defensive team comes off, and the new team comes. It's weird. But my daughter was.
What's the point?
My point is.
What's the point of doing it?
I don't know. It's a little goofy.
Okay.
But my daughter was having to play like third grade boys against third grade girls, and my daughter was the tallest one, and she's not super tall. And they were playing like these boys, and the boys, again, to their credit, were just playing basketball. They weren't malicious, but they, like when you're in third grade, you don't have all the coordination in the world. So you turn around and elbow somebody in the face. If it's a girl, it's a girl. It don't mean to. But I was proud of them for doing that. My whole point about this was another buddy of mine has a daughter that's going to Atlanta this weekend to play in the academy soccer game. And I said, yeah. And he said, what time is it? He said, it's 11 o'clock. I said, so you're going to be in Atlanta at 11 o'clock in the morning, just traffic bad enough as it is, and Georgia Tech and Clemson play at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, why not just go to the varsity and eat lunch?
I mean, it's going to be like just a madhouse. I was like, you're going to have to leave, no telling what time in the morning to get there in time.
Yeah, that will not be good. 11 o'clock in the morning. So you like Tech?
I'm going to say Tech because, man, what is going on with Cade Klubnik?
Overrated.
Well, and then there's, Peter Woods and T.J. Parker have flashed a few times, but they haven't been as dominant as I thought they would be.
This may be their breakout game.
Maybe it will. And look, if they do beat up on Georgia Tech pretty good, okay, I think they can change some minds. And Dabo, this is one of those Dabo all shucks games. But I'm going to pick Georgia Tech with upset right now.
If Clemson loses this game, we could be looking at a 7-win Clemson team.
No, because their schedule.
Florida State, they still got, right?
Let me look at their schedule, but their schedule is pretty lax.
Okay.
If I can ever find it, but continue straightforwardly while I look this up.
All right. Well, if I must, I will take Houston, and I will pick Clemson because they'll win to spite me. So I'll take Clemson.
Well, here's Clemson's schedule: at Georgia Tech, Syracuse at home. That's a no-brainer. At North Kakalaki. I think we've seen. Okay, North Carolina may score first, and then it gets bad.
Yeah.
Clemson at Boston College, no problem. I say no problem. Dylan Lonergan is Boston College's quarterback.
Not a gimme.
Kicking chicken.
Not a gimme.
SMU at Clemson. I think Clemson. At Duke at Clemson.
Again, SMU not a pushover.
At Florida State at Clemson. Clemson at Louisville. Furman, and then at South Kakalaki. So I'll say this. If they lose this game, barring winning the ACC, they can't lose another one.
Right.
If they lose 3 games with that schedule, in my opinion, even if they win the league, they shouldn't get in. But they will.
That's basically what they did last year, right?
Yeah, they won the league. They played a bunch of nobodies.
Didn't they have 3 games? Didn't they have 3 losses?
They had 3 losses, yeah.
There you go. All right, number 18, South Florida, 2-0, Giant Killers over Boise and Florida. On the road, both of those, by the way.
Yep.
No, I take that back. Boise was in
South.
That's right. At number 5, Miami, who is also 2-0, 7.5-point favorites, the Canes.
Man, it's going to be one of those hot picks is to take South Florida. I think South Florida covers, Miami wins. I'm pulling for South Florida. I like Golish. And here's the deal. I want Golish to do so well that he gets away from South Florida so Alabama doesn't have to play him next year. That's what I want.
I'll take Miami in this game as well. I think South Florida is going to be I think they'll be fired up, but I'm telling you, man, Carson Beck, if he can stay on point, I think Miami can be pretty good. All right, we got to take another break, but we'll be back with more right after these messages.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Illinois Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret, an affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillaby Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillaby Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. We're brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by Sunshine Heating and Air. For all your heating and cooling needs, give Kevin Keel and his crew a call today. It's been a mild summer. All of a sudden, it's starting to feel like fall out there.
It wasn't a mild summer. It got nice these last couple of weeks.
I don't think we had a single day of 100 degrees. It was a very mild summer.
You weren't outside very much.
Yes, I was. Not you candy tail people with your it feels like 100. It's only actually 91, but it feels like 100.
But if they say it feels like it, it is that.
No, it's not. That's a weak-minded. If it's 91, it's 91. Yeah,
the weatherman.
The weatherman. Fat, chubby weatherman. Worthless.
How'd you like to have a butt kicking by one James Spann with his sleeves rolled up?
Hey, you bring Jimmy on anytime you want. All right, Arkansas, they are 2-0. Impressive.
Arkansas at Ole Miss.
At number 17, Ole Miss.
What time is that game?
It is 6:30 on the ABC network.
That one's on ABC. Okay.
I take that back. It is 6 o'clock on ESPN network.
Jeez.
6 o'clock on the ESPN.
Way to be on top of things there.
Well, they're right next to each other. My eyes
what's the 6:30 game? Is that Florida?
That is Florida at LSU.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So,
6 o'clock on the ESPN network.
God, I'm going to tell you something. I'm excited because I think I'm going to the Bama game, and so then I'll get home. And my wife and my 2 daughters are going to the Dua Lipa concert, I think, in Atlanta.
Still don't know what that is.
I didn't either. I thought it was 2 Lipas. But anyway, so I get to watch all this football by myself and just me and my dog.
All right.
I mean,
Austin Simmons.
How exciting is that?
Has every Saturday. Austin Simmons has more interceptions than touchdown passes 2 games into the season?
You know, is the question, are we hitting the panic button?
I don't know. Not quite yet, but maybe after this game.
If Arkansas were to win, I'm going to tell you, you want to raise some eyebrows. And Lane Kiffin always seems to have one of these. He'll lose to Kentucky. He'll lose to Brian Harsin. He'll do something like that. You know, so maybe this is it. If you're Arkansas, God, I got to look up Arkansas' schedule now. If you want to talk about who would be the biggest surprise, you know, of all the teams that could surprise, Arkansas would be that team for me. I mean, I just had no faith in this squad at all.
Nor should you.
Nor should I. So if they do that, let me pull up Arkansas' schedule real quick, because it could be now.
Are you going to pull up Arkansas' schedule?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I keep saying that so that you think I'm doing something. And
would you like me to pull up their schedule?
No, I've got it right here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I had to get through some.
He's new to the whole phone thing.
The internets. So they're at Ole Miss, and then this is what's weird. Why, Arkansas, are you at Memphis?
That is.
Now, you say, hey, you're an Alabama fan. You went to South Florida. Agreed. I would say why on that too, except Tampa's got a bunch of dudes.
Same reason Missouri went to UConn or wherever they
Boston College. They went to Boston College. They went to UConn. No, it wasn't UConn, was it? It was
somebody. Somebody went to UConn.
It was something like that. I don't think it was UConn though. I think it was. What was it? Justin will tell us.
Yeah, maybe so.
But then here's the other problem. I guess at Memphis isn't the worst thing I've ever heard of if they get a 2-for-1. But then they welcome in Notre Dame. If Arkansas somehow, by the grace of God, is undefeated when Notre Dame comes walking in there, and Notre Dame may be toting a couple of butt whoopings since then because they've already lost one, and their Texas A&M ain't going to be easy. But then they have Texas A&M, and then they have Purdue, and then at Arkansas. So they probably won't have another loss. But think about the hype for that mother.
Could be interesting. Could be trouble.
I would really enjoy that game. I really hope that's the case. And is that the 27th? Yes.
No, they went to UMass. It was not UConn. It was UMass.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't UConn. I just couldn't remember. It was a U something.
And they're the same thing, aren't they?
I don't think we've ever seen them in the same place at the same time.
That's right.
But, man, how much fun would that be? And then Arkansas gets a week off. I mean, and Taylor Green's been pretty good for them. The quarterback has been pretty good.
He's been okay. Could be. All right, so who you going with, Arkansas or Ole Miss? But after all that debate, you better come up with a good one here.
Calling for the upset.
All right, I hear you.
Because Austin Simmons is a little dinged up, and he's also not playing great.
True.
And I just don't know what to think about Ole Miss yet. And Ole Miss is due for a bad loss. Here it is.
Ole Miss by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Fair
Florida, 1-1 at number 3 LSU. The Tigers are an 8.5-point favorite. This one at 6:30 on the ABC.
Florida,
the American Broadcasting Company.
Florida to cover and lose.
Okay. Corporation or company? American Broadcasting Corporation?
I think it's company.
I think NBC was company. Are they
NBC
both?
is company, and I think ABC is too, but I'm not sure.
All right. I'll take your word for it. You acted like you knew something. Which one did you pick? You got to go with LSU, right?
I said LSU, but Florida to cover. I've already said that.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll go with the side. Texas A&M is 2-0 at Notre Dame.
Huge
Irish
opportunity.
The drunk Irish fighting midgets are 6.5-point favorites.
That'd be the worst nickname in all of football if that's what it was.
But they're tough as nails, let me tell you.
Well, and here's the thing for Texas A&M. If they can get this win, if they could, then they get a week off before they welcome in an Auburn team that have just gone to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Whew. So A&M, golden opportunities. We got a phone call. Caller on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Luke.
Hey.
What's the score going to be this weekend for Alabama?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think Alabama – I'm going to pick Alabama to cover. Kalen DeBoer's had his troubles on the road, but at home he's always been pretty good. I'll say Alabama wins, something like 34-10.
34-10?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I think they're going to have a game.
They could. I mean, Wisconsin is not going to be – Wisconsin, they're always formidable, but they don't have a ton of explosive talent either.
No, you're right about that, but they need to get a tough game.
Hey, Florida State called and said, I thought we didn't work. You know, they were pretty tough when they beat us up pretty good.
Well, I tell you what, Florida State didn't impress me. I know they won, but they run a lot of high school crap.
Yeah, and look, that's sort of the Gus Malzahn trait, but they did win the game pretty big. Then they beat up on Eastern, Texas A&M, or who have they played. Florida State may be sneaky good this year. I'm like you. I'm sort of waiting a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, they're 2-0. You got to give them a little love.
Give them credit.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know, man. I tell you what, I don't know where to be happy or be sad. Dang it.
Well. It's when you have those two choices.
If you got those, I mean, really, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll be happy. I think, but I want to see them play Georgia.
Yeah, I think everybody's waiting for that. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. And tell your buddy next to you, damn, Auburn's got trouble in their secondary.
Yeah, I think he knows. I can see it on his face.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, bud.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
You know,
welcome back.
I like what he said. He said, I'll choose to be happy, but I'm not happy about it. I like that.
Well, we got to take a break here on Hey Luke, and we'll be back with more. One final segment right after this.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit SignSourceNow.com to get started.
Hey, Luke, final segment on the program tonight. All right, Luke, we got to run through these really quickly.
Okay.
I got Notre Dame. All right, Vanderbilt at South Carolina.
Vanderbilt, week upset.
I hear you. I'm going Vandy, too. Georgia is at Tennessee.
I'm going to tell you, everybody's going to take Tennessee, and I'll go with Georgia.
Ooh, yeah. I think I'm going to go Tennessee. South Alabama is at Auburn. Does Auburn cover? 24.5.
Yes.
Wisconsin is at Alabama. Alabama 20.5. Do they cover?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a roll-away here for Auburn and Alabama. That'd be good. Yeah. I'll take it.
Be nice.
Be nice. Yeah, for once. Why not? Not impressed with Florida State.
I mean,
I don't know what it would take.
And I said, I said this on the pod after the game. I was like, it wasn't. I said Florida State's not that good, and I didn't mean it like Florida State's not that good. I meant nobody should be that good to beat Alabama that way. But Florida State then comes back and it was Eastern Timbuktu, but they did it. They do what they need to do, and let's just give them a little time. I think they're going to be all right.
Auburn does. They got some issues in the secondary, but Baylor's going to throw the ball against every team in the country. That seems to be obvious now. So I do feel a little bit better about it.
I would worry less about the secondary and, like you said, more about the offensive line that was giving up sacks to Ball State. That's a little concerning. Give us a call again, though. Appreciate it. Appreciate the call. 256-234-6221 for next time. We got to go. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great weekend, everybody. He's Luke. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.